Welcome everybody. It's been a productive day today. I just want to talk to you a little bit about politics. Not that I'm into it, not that I talk about it, but it is interesting that something that fascinates me over these years that I've lived on this planet Earth, how easy it is to fool the majority. How easy it is to manipulate humanity. It's actually so simple. It staggers belief. Every single week there is something within politics that leaves you in a state of almost shock, and then it doesn't. It's almost like politics is the most dirtiest, disgusting, evil. You've got to put in satanic in there. Lying, stupid, a lot of stupid in there. Bunch of soulless, psychotic, psychopathic, narcissistic monsters. I don't think there's a bigger club. There's so much ego, there's so much power-driven evil that takes place. And it seems to be number one daily show for the past decades. Always number one on the TV, or now the lamestream, or the new independent lamestream media. They're all as bad, to be fair. They're all equally as bad, all of them. I get called every day for pointing out all of these so-called, I don't know, they're heroes, aren't they? They're in most people's eyes, they're heroes, these people, because they tell you things that we've already heard 100 times, but they're shouting it out. I find Matt Devlin, he said, which was really, really true. Why is it that most of these people who are in very, very predominant positions in whatever field they're in, the father was never a plumber? And it's so true. They're all related to some kind of CIA, FBI, military industrial complex. They're never just, the dads are never just a plumbers, and it's so true. You know, the Tates and all of these people who are now climbing to the very top of your feed. How have they got there? How have they managed to create such a massive audience when so many people who have been speaking the truth for years don't get an audience at all? It makes you scratch your head and wonder why. And for people like me, we obviously know, you know why. They're all compromised one way or another. Oh, but they've been locked up. Yeah. All right, pal. It just seems one big joke. You listen to these absolute numpties going on the mainstream media or whatever, Fox News, are saying, you know, I mean, it doesn't matter. You can think of thousands of things. What's just happened now? Oh yeah, something. I'm not into politics at all, but you know, the amount of people who were saying, "Oh, he wouldn't do that. That will never happen," and then it happens. And then, you know, half of them who supported them and said that would never happen curl up into a ball and run away and hope that people forget that day. It's normally 2 days before they forget. And then they get up and start talking bullshit again. Just just like all the presenters on TV. All of them. They're all the same. It's politics, anything to do with media, it's all interlinked. It's all one big happy family, one big show. And all of those with high, massive followerships, they're all in. I mean, you've got your heroes, which they're exactly the same. They're pulling you in the same direction of what the politics does. They all pull you in the narrative. They pull you in the direction where they want you to go. And humanity just falls for it. Jordan Maxwell, famous lines, you deserve the government you get and you get the government you deserve. It's not just government. Battery's low. It's not just the government, Jordan. I know you're listening. It's all walks of life. You know, it's everything. It's the mainstream media. It's the singers. It's everything. The actors. It's Hollywood. It's because you want it. It's because they want it. Humanity wants it. They don't want love. Humanity doesn't want love. What's it going to do with love? That's boring. Give me all the worst things that are happening. Make my life a little bit more interesting. Tell me all the bad things that are happening. Tell me who's cheated and who's done this. I'm not interested in goodness, happiness, love, kindness, sharing. That's the truth. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's true. You try and sell love on your site. You try and sell something just random that was beautifully done, you know, and beautiful stories of kindness and all. People don't want that. Humanity doesn't want that. It wants hate. It wants murder. It wants John Wick. It wants anything which is bad and dark. That's why most people step away from love and they step into the drama. They step into the breaking news. They step into all the latest buzzwords. They're posting all about who's famous and why they're famous, because normally there's some issue, some problem, oh my God, shock, breaking news. So do you blame humanity? They just follow. They do where the likes take them. That's the way it is. But yeah, politics, the root of all evil. It really is. The lies, the hypocrisies, the cheating. It is really the most disgusting club in the world. It really is to me. That's why I don't talk about it. You don't see any of my videos talking about any politicians, because I do not hold any weight or faith or truth in politics. I don't hold any weight that the system tells you you've got to abide by. The system tells you you need to vote. The system tells you need to vote because the system is evil and the system is pushing you into a direction. Oh, without it though, we're all collapsed, we're finished. Yeah. And there you go. That's how it works. One big lie on top of another big lie on top of another big lie, and then people are bought and paid for. So easy to buy people now. Sell their soul to the devil, basically giving their free will because they're sick of their boring lives and they just want money. They just want their Ferrari. They just want their fame, their fame and fortune, and there you go. That's the way it is. Had to change that, right? Had to change that perspective. Had to change that brainwashing where the system brainwashes every child that goes into a school. Had to stop that. It's impossible. Oh, without school, you're finished. You know, you need school. Yeah, of course you do, mate. Yeah, another brainwashed person shouting at you. So, you know, you come up with your own ideas, your own thoughts and feelings that you bring your children up the best you can. But ultimately, we're tied into a system. The system holds us where we are. It's enslaved. We are enslaved, basically. We can't say what we want to say, and you're seeing it more and more. Harder and harder to speak your truth. You can't, and soon behind closed doors, you won't be able to say anything because the TV will be watching, listening, and recording. And all that information will be going to the system, the evil satanic system. And then they'll hold you accountable for whenever they feel. That's where it's going. All predicted, always has been, because that prediction isn't psychic. It is actually a thing. It's what they want. So it's fascinates me how many people are now thinking that the world's going to change because a guy is now back in power. He has no power. It's only a game. It's a game show. What's really happening behind, well, not so much closed doors, but let's say catacombs, where the Knights of Malta and the Jesuits and the Vatican and all of those who are in the club, as George Carlin said, and you're not, make the decisions. And whatever those clubs are, they're always linked to the worst beast-like energy, satanic, criminal organisations, crime families, mafia. It's all very similar to what Jordan said, and Jordan Maxwell said, that the Vatican basically runs the world, and it's very similar to The Godfather Part 3, and absolutely 100%. And we think that the Musks are the new heroes and the saviours, and the Trumps are going to save us, and all of these new people coming in to save the world. That's just one stage show. That's one soap. That's a soap show to keep you in this state of hypnosis, state of brainwashing, while the real evil continues daily, while the spraying continues daily, while the medicines are given to your children to be sicker and sicker, and so on and so on. It still continues. Oh, we're gonna do this. Not gonna do anything, guys. What they'll do is like the system always does. It hangs one person out to dry so that everybody goes ooh, 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 and bangs their pots and pans, thinking that the world's changing. All they've done is appease the crowd so that they can continue in another direction, or whatever direction they're in. It's just sleight of hand. And people keep telling me that this is the end. These are the end days. All I see is, yes, there is more of awakening and people seeing, but actually, do you think they care? Do you think that this group care, this club, do you think they care whether we're awakening or not? Do you think that they're shaking in their boots? I don't think so. I just think that we are such a forgiving species, in the sense of not so much kindness, but we just forget. We just forget so easily. We forget everything that's happened, as if today's a new day, and to a degree that's probably very healthy, or else we'd go crazy remembering all the crazy stuff that's happened, all the lies, but it's also our downfall. And people might say, I'll never forget, but you do forget. We forget because every day we have to get up and feed our children and work and pay the taxes, because if not, we'll get thrown into prison. So the system, again, is the enslavement of all. The system is that what keeps us enslaved, as it has done for probably millions of years. What we know now, I don't think we know nothing I think we're just a grain in the sand of a beach with our thoughts. We know nothing. But what we can do on a singular level is do our best, share as much truth as we can, help people, educate them in a way of consciousness, deep truths, to see through the facade, these rose-coloured glasses that we keep putting on every day, and doing our best to make the changes in the world that maybe one day the system doesn't have the power. The system won't have the funds because we as humanity will decide not to put our focus and our daily energy into them. That will be a dream. Will it happen in my life? I don't think it will. But anyway, if you're one of those that keep watching the news and keep getting scared every day and keep fearing because it's the end of the world, maybe a good thing to focus on is doing something positive rather than fearing what may happen and may not happen. Make a difference in the world. That's really as much as we can do. But yeah, for those who send me messages about that Trump's now in and everything's going to change, I wish you well, good luck. The only thing that's going to change in my life is what I decide to do with my life. And that's the way I see it. I'm wishing you all a lovely day. Take care of yourselves and shine on.